I'm content creator and spiritual teacher Sally Eslin. I'm dedicated to empower entrepreneurs by sharing practices, tools, resources, and more on my show, Spiritual Teachings with Sally. Hello, everyone. Yes, I'm Sally, and I'm content creator and spiritual teacher and founder of Empower Clothing. I share practical tools, tips, and resources to empower entrepreneurs. And you can learn more about my fashion products and services at empowerclothing.com.au. So today's topic is all about how to overcome exhaustion, irritability, and feel like yourself again. And we're chatting with functional medicine practitioner Claudine Francois. So Claudine is such a beautiful person. Now, before I bring her up, let me just introduce her with a few little words. Claudine is a board-certified functional medicine and holistic health practitioner. She helps women overcome exhaustion, brain fog, and hormonal chaos. Oh, I can relate to that. That leaves them feeling tired all the time and like something is off. You're also a former CFO who personally experienced the toll of stress, including migraines, sluggishness, bloating, and weight gain. She now uses functional lab tests to uncover the root causes of your clients' health issues, from IBS to menopause symptoms and adrenal fatigue. Right up my alley. I can tick just about all of them. By creating personalised protocols, Claudine guides women to feel normal again and get back to living their lives without being held back by their symptoms. So welcome to Spiritual Teachings with Sally. Good to see you again, Claudine.
Thank you so much. What a pleasure to be here with you.
I think so many people could relate to all the things that you deal with. Like, what a journey, hey? So, migraine, sluggishness, bloating, weight gain. That's just about everyone I know around me who's menopausal can tick all those boxes. And, and you've experienced that yourself.
Absolutely. I mean, we all live stressful lives. And when you have this constant stress, your body starts to break down and things just don't go the way that we want them to go.
Oh, and it's so frustrating. It plays around with this mind game, doesn't it? It's full on. So today you've brought along an empowerment journey share. Listen to your body when you're completely drained. Warning signs are real. Do you want to expand on that a little?
Yeah, absolutely. Because when our body is giving us clues or hints, it's kind of like the check engine light on your car, right? It's like if you don't get it fixed, it's not going to get better. Your body's actually telling you, "Hey, pay attention because something's going on and we need to work on it. Otherwise, it's going to get a whole lot worse," right?
Yeah, absolutely. Your body will start screaming at you until you stop to listen. Oh my goodness, it's got something to say. And, I think it's a lot of it just affects our mental health because you might be doing the right things, exercising and eating well, but there's more when you peel back the layers. And that's exactly what you do. You're like a detective to get down to the root cause.
Yeah, because usually by the time people notice it, there's been kind of an avalanche or a knock-on effect, right? It's not just the one thing anymore. There's the thing
Yeah.
that started the thing that started the thing, and
Yeah.
then we notice it.
Yeah. So that kind of leads in today with your expert tip. Well, you've got a couple here, actually. If you feel like you need to lie down all day, there's one thing you must address. Then the next tip is get the natural energy booster you've been overlooking instead of caffeine. And the third one is use the stress-busting breath to manage irritability. Now, this sounds interesting. So do you want to explain a little bit more about these tips that you brought along?
Yeah, so the first one is really common, and it's interesting because so many of the women that I work with, they want to lose weight, right?
Yes.
I mean, in
Yes.
addition to feeling healthier and to having energy and to feeling like themselves again, a lot of
Yeah.
times underlying all that is, but I would also like to lose X amount of pounds or
Yeah.
kilos.
Yes.
Um, yeah, so what they tend to do is they tend to starve themselves, right? They go on fasts or they go on diets or they go on cleanses, and they actually aren't getting the nutrients their body needs to
Right.
do its normal functions. So the first thing I tell them is you are not eating enough. You're not eating off enough. You're not eating enough calories. You're definitely not getting enough protein. And once you get enough, then your body can start to repair. Because
Yeah.
right, usually if it's stressed out and it can be stressed out by malnourishment, it's literally stopping all functions, which
Well,
is
you're
why
running
you're tired.
you're running on nothing, right? I see it all the time as a personal trainer, and
Mhm.
particularly for the menopausal years, it's just like it's trying to stay, well, let's not say stay skinny, but just fit into your clothes, right? It's the overhang in the middle part, and it's playing
Mhm.
with people's mental health. And I see it all the time, doing the juices, doing the fasting, doing the over exercising, exhausting the adrenals, and it's so common. And so what you're saying is really we need to rest and digest and just repair the body and give it enough fuel, because I like to say to people, we eat to live, not live to eat, but it's fueling the mitochondria, which is the powerhouse of the cells, right? So when you're
Absolutely.
depriving your powerhouse, it's running on, it's got nothing to charge the body up with. And so, yeah, it makes a lot of sense when you turn it this way. But I know for the person on the street and the people, my clients that come to me, and it's just like, oh my gosh, I've got to fit into this on the weekend, or I've got this, I'm going overseas and I've got to get into my bathers, that sort of thing. And they just go on this starvation diet. And it's like, and you can see the body is exhausted, just absolutely exhausted.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And you hit the nail on the head with the mitochondria, because that really ties into that second tip, which is the natural energy booster. What do you do instead of caffeine? Because we all know what happens when we have caffeine. We get that high, and then we get the crash.
Yeah.
And if you think of caffeine like the jockey on a horse, and our horse is our adrenal gland.
Yeah,
the caffeine is just like whipping that horse, whipping that horse, and our poor adrenals are just gonna fall over at some point, which, I see that in people's test results too. I see that the adrenals are tapped out. So
Yeah.
instead of caffeine, one thing that can really help you get cellular energy is something really, really simple. You can add Celtic salt or sea salt to your water and
Yeah.
add some coconut water or cream of tartar, which are potassium. So sodium, potassium.
Yeah.
And the sodium, every cell of our body has a sodium and potassium pump on it.
Yeah.
And the concentration of those two will determine what gets into the cells. So it may just be that you are not getting nutrients into the cells, which can make you really tired.
Right. So did you say coconut water, sea salt, and cream of tartar?
Well, the coconut water and the cream of tartar are interchangeable because they are both potassium.
Right. Fantastic. These are great tips. It's just little things. And sea salt, I've known about that one just to put into your water, but I've never known about cream of tartar. There you go. And I mean, coconut water, I just love. It's beautiful. But these are little tips because I don't drink caffeine, and I see a lot of people doing that afternoon kickstart, and then they're wired up because they've had it too late and they can't sleep. They're like, woo, like deer in the headlights. But like little things. And would you recommend like putting it in your water, say, and sipping it all day so it keeps it regular? Or
Oh yeah, so here's mine. So I put a quarter teaspoon of Celtic salt and a quarter teaspoon of cream of tartar, and I just drink this. I actually have two, one in the morning and one in the afternoon.
Yep.
And I add a squeezed lemon to it, because that vitamin C is also great for your adrenals. It's kind of like, yay, loving up on those adrenal glands.
Yeah. So I just do the lemon in the morning, but that's a really good idea to have that ongoing all day. So you're constantly drip feeding the body, so it's not doing this. Yeah, awesome. Now, the third tip you've got is use the stress busting breath to manage irritability. Do you want to expand on that? And I think that links into a freebie that you brought along today.
It does. So don't worry about writing all this down, because this is all expanded on in the freebie if you want to grab it. It's essentially when we are stressed, when we're going through our day and we're just going and going and going. Everything is stressing us out. There's somebody annoying us on the freeway. There's someone annoying us in the office. There's someone annoying us at home.
Yes.
Basically, that's your sympathetic nervous system going, right? Your fight or flight.
Yeah.
And if you want to activate the parasympathetic nervous system, you can do this breath where you breathe in for 4, you pause for 2, and you breathe out for 6 to 8. You elongate the outward breath.
Whoa.
And by elongating that outward breath, you are actually telling your body, it is okay, we can relax. And you do that 3 times, and all of a sudden your brain has changed and you can focus again, rather than being in that, I need to get it done mode, right?
Yeah, I like this because it's a longer breath than the box breathing breath. It's actually a longer elongation. And even just doing it then, I could feel that you were taking it out of this. You're just resetting your vagus nerve, aren't you? You're just getting yourself nice and calm down. These are really good tips. So you've provided the address to download the freebie, and that's at transform.ingoodcleantaste.com/stress busting. But the little simple tips like these are really important to help you get out of that franticness. Like everybody, it's 24/7, right? Go, and just like stop and breathe. And this is a really good way. So what did you say? You breathe in for a couple, hold
Breathe
it
in
for
for
a couple.
4. Yeah, breathe in
Right.
for 4, hold for 2, and then breathe out for either 6 to 8, as long as you can.
You know what? Just doing that, that's making my mind switch from here to here. So it's like, it's just like cutting it off from the busy head to focusing on the breath. And that's where breath is energy. And it's so good. That's such a good tip. Fantastic. Brilliant. So, I do a clothing range and Empower Clothing, and it's based on the chakras. And once again, it's using energy, which with the color we were just talking about with the breath. And so I thought I'd relate it into my base chakra tops. And this is all about being anchored and anchored down with today I'm peace, calm, and happiness, like getting it back down, resetting yourself down into that base chakra, feeling that solid foundation. And I link it into, I have little crystals that go with each of the tops. And which one's this one? It's the red jasper, actually. And that's just very anchoring. Just trying to find it here. Here we go. The red jasper, the crystal that goes with it, is grounding and stabilizing and encourages strength, courage, and vitality. So, because where your attention goes, your energy flows. So like when I was doing that little exercise with you, my attention went from thinking in the head to coming down into the breath. And it's the same thing when you're wearing these clothings, that's in a more powerful and meaningful way, anchoring your energy down into the ground, especially when we're so flighty and fighty running on. So yeah, really, that's fantastic tips. Now I've also got a little empowerment share myself, and it's also let me get these pictures off, but it's about just surrendering, and this is a time of when we're shifting from one energy to another energy, from the old way to the new way, and part of it is surrendering and letting go. This pressure to be perfect, right? Let go of the perfectionism, crossing the T's and dotting the I's. It can be just so exhausting. And, you see it and I see it with particularly capable women, mums, that are just doing it all. It's like, let go of that perfectionism, the pressure that we're putting on ourselves just to, just do it all. So let that busy mind go. Exactly like using that tip with that breath. Let go of the busy mind and don't sweat the small stuff. Just bring yourself back down, anchor and ground yourself back in. Really important, because it's so busy and everybody wants a piece of us. And, that's what you must be picking up the pieces daily when you're working with your clients, going, mate, get yourself back from the gym, stop starving yourself, reset your nervous system, do these little things that you can do, like what you said, balancing the sodium and the potassium, and just little things that can really help you in life, because we're in here for the long game, in the sense that this isn't going to go away today. Menopause it's a reset of your body, isn't it? So yeah.
Well, and I think what you said about perfectionism, it's an outward energy, right? You're being perfect not for you, but for other people.
Yeah.
And what I've noticed in the women that I work with, they are high-powered, get-her-done type women, and they have to start to take care of themselves.
Yeah.
It's an inward energy, so it shifts, right? You have to be able to get to the point where you're willing to take care of yourself before you put everybody else first.
Oh, you're so talking my language. So when we're shifting from the old way to the new way, and as we're crossing this bridge, it's about putting you first, taking responsibility for yourself, taking ownership for yourself, putting the oxygen mask on yourself so that you can be a better mom, a partner, a wife, girlfriend, whatever it is. Absolutely. That's, this links into my empowerment tip. We're not here for a long time, but so let's make it a good time. Let's enjoy the moments and take time to smell the roses. And it's like, what's important in life? And is it, as you say, it's going within and finding the answers there, not going outside and being busy, busy, busy. It's just about being more, not doing more.
Yes, I love that. Being more, not
Yeah.
doing more.
Yeah, absolutely. So every week we do a little intuitive card reading. So I've brought along the Bling Boost deck. These cards are sort of you can cards, and sometimes we have to answer the last bit, but we'll see what comes up, and very empowering. This card says, oh, gorgeous, you can make a difference in the world. Oh, man. Look, if you start looking after yourself, imagine the greatness that you can help others with, So this is all about putting you first, looking after you so that you can be a better version of yourself and help others. So, Claudine, where's the best place to get hold of you? I've got here Claudine at ingoodcleantaste.com or at your website, ingoodcleantaste.com.
Absolutely.
And don't forget, there is Yeah, there's the free gift to download the stress-busting breath work, which was so powerful. Get out of that busy mind, focus back in on the breath. Very simple way. And as you said, you only need to do it 2 or 3 times. It's going to help reset you and get you in a more calm way. Well, I want to say thank you so much for coming along with Spiritual Teachings with Sally. Always a pleasure to chat with you. I just love it. So simple, the little tips that can really help you reset.
Oh, it was lovely being here. Thank you so much for inviting me.
You're just such a joy. Your energy is always so beautiful. So I'm going to drop you down into the green room as I wrap up here, and look forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you so much. So you can join me for another episode of Spiritual Teachings with Sally Esler next Wednesday at 3 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Central, and Thursday at 8 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. And such a delight to talk with Claudine today. She's always got so much wisdom, and how those simple little tips that can really help you throughout the days. Just manage your days and your energy. So thanks again, Claudine. So I look forward to seeing all of you next week. And with that, I'm just going to wrap it up. I'll see you soon. Okay, bye. You can learn more about my services and